Panhandle avoids a repeat of last month's crippling blizzard, with expected snowfall totals from Winter Storm Wesley falling short of expectations. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Winter Storm Wesley did not have the same impact that the March 13th blizzard had on the Panhandle, but different parts of the region received varied snowfall totals. By and large, Scottsbluff and Gering were spared from the brunt of the snow, but areas both north and south of the Twin Cities received measurable amounts of snow. Road closures were only reported in the southern part of the western Nebraska Panhandle, but throughout the day, roads that were closed to the motoring public, including I-80 and Highway 71, reopened to allow travelers to get to their final destination. Here in Scottsbluff County, Assistant Road Superintendent Steve Baird says that unlike the storm 4 weeks ago, crews have been able to get out early to clear paved and gravel roads as quickly and as safely as possible. Well, Nebraska's new tourism motto could soon be spreading to t-shirts and coffee mugs. Lawmakers gave first-round approval to a bill that would allow the Nebraska Tourism Commission to sell promotional items with its attention-grabbing catchphrase, "Nebraska, honestly, it's not for everyone." State tourism officials say they've received many requests for merchandise with the motto after it's spread on a national basis, and it's part of a broader publicity effort to attract visitors and fight national perceptions of Nebraska as a flat, boring flyover state. Gering Senator John Stinner, who introduced the bill, says the Attorney General says this legislation is necessary to authorize the Tourism Commission to sell those promotional items to the public.
The state can expect to receive continual momentum from recent developments, and with such success comes a need to further develop and marketing efforts to match that need. That's why LB 637 is an essential tool for the Commission to bring growth to our tourism industry.
Senators advanced the bill 40-0 through the first of 3 required votes before it goes to the governor. And a 26-year-old Scottsbluff man was sentenced this morning following a late 2018 altercation near Riverview Golf Course. Christopher Droppelman was sentenced to 5 to 8 years in prison on a conviction of felon in possession of a firearm and 1 to 2 years in prison for making terroristic threats. He was arrested and charged back in November after deputies were dispatched to a home regarding physical domestic violence. Court records say Droppelman was wielding a baseball bat and assaulting 2 women, and when authorities searched the home, they found a shotgun and gear bag that had been reported stolen, a syringe with suspected methamphetamine, and the bat that was reportedly used to threaten the women. Sticking with the courts, as an 18-year-old Scottsbluff man who threatened a man with a gun, saying that Scottsbluff is his town, will soon be able to tell fellow inmates at the Nebraska Department of Corrections that Scottsbluff is his town. Back in September, Vicente Gonzalez was arrested after pulling a handgun on a teen, firing a shot at an occupied pickup, and then going to a house party where he pointed a gun at a 27-year-old man before firing a round in the air. Yesterday in district court, Gonzalez pleaded no contest to charges of use of a firearm to commit a felony, discharging a firearm, and terroristic threats. He will face a mandatory minimum of 5 years in prison when he's sentenced on June 4th. Well, coming up after the break, maybe, just maybe, we've had our last snowstorm of the spring. Bill Boyer's in with your full weather forecast right after this on KNEB.TV News.
It is never too early to start planning for retirement, and working with an experienced financial advisor can put you on the right path.
At Platte Valley Investment Center, our team of financial advisors will work with you every step of the way to maximize your retirement income.
Call me, Jody Rosiska, or Rick Morehouse, financial advisors, to set up your free, no-obligation consultation.
Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Life well planned.
Have you heard the exciting news? Western Nebraska Regional Airport will be offering flights with United Airlines operated by SkyWest beginning January 30th, 2018. What's even better, you'll get to earn and use your United points. Reservations with United are now available, plus all United miles can be earned and redeemed with all flights. While you're at Western Nebraska Regional Airport, grab a bite to eat at the Flight Deck restaurant, plus Hearst Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. So make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Crispy chicken, pit smoked ham, and luau sauce on a Sweet King's Hawaiian bun? It's like we're trying to get you to try it or something.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
Well, good evening again from the Nebraska Innovation Campus here in Lincoln, where we're dealing with some fog and some light rain showers, the snow coming to an end. Out in the Panhandle, take a look at our planner tonight. We're going to have cloudy skies, temperatures falling off into the low 20s as we go through the 6 a.m. hour, and we'll be overcast as we start the day tomorrow as well, but we're going to start to see some sunshine make its way out. Winds are going to be decreasing tonight. It's going to turn warmer, especially Sunday through Monday, and even into Tuesday of next week before the next system arrives on Tuesday with yet another chance of rain, probably mixing with some snow during the overnight hours of Tuesday night into Wednesday again. So we're going to be dealing with that once again here across the region. Yesterday, 44, that was observed at midnight. We fell down to 21 degrees for a low temperature. Very cold conditions out there, just shy of a record low. So not bad at all out there temperature-wise. Or not very great temperature-wise to start the day. 1/1800ths of an inch of moisture at the airport. Let's take a look at temperatures. You can see that colder air has invaded most of Nebraska. 32 in Norfolk and Hastings, 33 in McCook as well right now. Let's zoom into the Panhandle. We'll show you that temperatures are primarily here in the 20s to near 30 degrees across the region, as we have very cold conditions out there. Not only that, but we have winds that are coming out of the north at times that are really driving temperatures down. Take a look at these winds out of the north-northwest, 25 to 30 miles an hour as we continue to see the winds hanging on across the region. Let's look at Futurecast now. As you can see, some snow exiting here off to the east into central Nebraska. A few little wraparound bands of snow are here across our area. Notice the winds are slacking off as we go through the evening hours. So not a bad night tonight outside of those winds. We're going to see temperatures that are going to fall into the low 20s, upper teens as well. So very cold conditions here as we go through our night tonight. Let's continue our Futurecast into tomorrow. It's going to be a sunnier day tomorrow. We're going to start the day off with some overcast skies, some cloudy conditions, and winds are going to be off to the north and east of us as they continue here across the area. As you see, not much going on once we kick those winds out of here. Maybe a snow flurry or snow shower or two, but all in all, a pretty decent day for tomorrow as winds decrease and temperatures are not going to warm up a whole lot, but certainly be warmer than where they were today. Temperatures tomorrow going to be in the upper 30s to near 40 degrees, some low 30s up in the Sandhills. Let's take a look at our forecast then. As we go through tonight, we're going to be dealing with just mostly cloudy skies. Off and on, could see some breaks in the clouds. 20 for a low, winds at about 10 to 20 miles an hour. Let's advance on to tomorrow then. We're going to be dealing with some clouds in the morning, partly cloudy skies by afternoon, and 43 for our high. As we look out 7 days, not bad. Sunday into Monday, take a look at these highs in the low to mid 60s. We fall back into the 50s though. Monday bringing some afternoon rain, mixing with some snow showers and some morning showers on Wednesday as well, and windy again by Thursday. So that's how the forecast looks here from the Nebraska Innovation Campus in Lincoln. We will continue to watch this storm system as it pulls away from our region. Hopefully get some drying out and some warmer temperatures in here for the weekend.
Crispy chicken, pit smoked ham, and luau sauce on a Sweet King's Hawaiian bun? It's like we're trying to get you to try it or something.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes high-performance lubricants and fuel improvers. We've been helping customers improve their operations for over 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and cut out the middleman and offer excellent service and value. Our products last longer and work better so that you spend less time maintaining equipment and more time making money. Whether you're in a factory, farm, fleet, or food processing facility, Hydrotex can help you. Visit hydrotexoil.com or call 308-635-8162.
Are you ready to join the celebration? Then what are you waiting for? Switch to Viero today and find out exactly why we're better. More towers than the competition, convenient stores in your neighborhood, friendly, helpful customer service, and top phones at excellent values, such as the iPhone XR for free. That's right, get a free iPhone XR when you purchase any other iPhone of equal or greater value. Viero Wireless, your better choice for wireless service.
Welcome back. Groups that want to legalize casino gambling in Nebraska are reviving a petition drive that seeks to put the issue before voters in the 2020 general election. The campaign committee, Keep the Money in Nebraska, is preparing another constitutional amendment that would allow gambling at state-licensed horse racing tracks. The effort was announced by Ho Chunk Incorporated, the economic development arm of the Winnebago tribe of Nebraska. Well, a Kansas man charged with the 2017 traffic deaths of 4 Iowa motorcyclists near Lake McConaughey has had his trial delayed until August. 23-year-old Hazar Cineros Hernandez reportedly hit 2 motorcycles carrying 2 people during an accident that occurred on July 1st of 2017. Now, his trial was scheduled to begin this week, but attorneys needed an extension because they had not completed the pretrial discovery process. He's pleaded not guilty to the 4 counts of vehicular homicide and single charges of reckless driving and failure to drive in his lane. Well, the latest census of agriculture for Nebraska says the number of farms in the state has dropped 7% from 5 years prior. The U.S. Agriculture Department said on Thursday that there were more than 46,300 farms in Nebraska during 2017. They covered 45 million acres. That's down about 1% from the 2012 census. The average farm in 2017 had 971 acres compared to 1,035 acres 5 years earlier. And the Nebraska Game and Parks Commission has announced a new summer-long statewide challenge in which anglers can win great prizes just by sharing their love of fishing. The Take 'em Fishing Challenge encourages experienced anglers to take a pledge to go fishing with someone who has either never fished before or has not fished in several years. Fishermen who take a photo of themselves taking someone fishing can enter an online drawing for dozens of prizes, including a $500 Shields gift card, a fishing kayak, Camp Chef outdoor cooking equipment, a stay in a Nebraska state park, and the grand prize, a new fishing boat. You can find more information online at outdoornebraska.org. Well, straight ahead, Chris Cottrell will be in with a check-in on sports as the spring game will be taking place this weekend at Memorial Stadium.
We've been an ALA customer from the beginning, 15 plus years.
Almost 15 years.
15 years now. They live here, they work here, they give back to our community. That's very important to us.
It's the difference of night and day between our old internet provider and ALO.
Having that reliability and that speed is extremely important.
Nobody matches that speed.
It was a game changer.
ALO came to my site and helped me resolve an issue. At that point, I knew ALO was the company that I wanted to stick with.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
Come on down to the Mixing Bowl if you are craving something homemade just like Grandma used to make. From glace and garlic sausage on Mondays to cabbage burgers and butterball noodle soup on Thursdays, you can't go wrong. And with everything in the bakery case baked fresh daily, you can count on a tasty treat with your morning or afternoon coffee. Stop in from 1 to 3 during the week to get 15% off any coffee or pastry during our coffee happy hour. The Mixing Bowl on 10th Street in Gearing, bringing great food and great people together.
Back on KNEB.TV to check sports here on a Thursday. Just a couple of quick local notes and then going to get it turned over to a fellow Rural Radio Network sports broadcaster for more on the Husker spring football game. These local notes just to keep you up to date on where things stand for weekend events with this latest round of weather pushing through. They waited till this morning, but obviously the Scottsbluff and Torrington soccer matches for today were postponed. No makeup date for those has been announced at this time. There are makeup dates for those 2 track and field meets that have been postponed. Burns will host theirs on Monday starting at 1. Alliance then on Tuesday hosting their invite. Field events kick things off. That'll get started at 10:30 in the morning. Cougar baseball and softball also made adjustments to their schedule for the weekend and the week. Yesterday's baseball games with Otero were postponed. They're still trying to work on some possible makeup dates for those. Cougar baseball, they were hoping to play the Mesa State Club team at home on Saturday at Cleveland Field. Too much snow, too much weather. Those games have been canceled. And Cougar softball moved their midweek games with Trinidad State to next Tuesday at Volunteer Field. They will be on the road this weekend for contests both days, Saturday and Sunday, doubleheaders at McCook. The spring football game for the Huskers coming up on Saturday. It's time for a preview with KRVN's Jason Jorgensen and HuskerOnline.com's Sean Callahan.
Well, today we are joined by the publisher of HuskerOnline.com, Sean Callahan, as we preview this weekend's Nebraska Red-White game. Sean, thanks a lot for the time.
Hey, we got football back. It's always a good time. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, we do have football back. The second spring under Scott Frost has pretty much wrapped up here at Will with the spring game on Saturday. What's your overall take of how this spring has gone?
You know, Jason, it's really just been a business as usual deal for Nebraska. I think when you get into a year 2 and you have an established quarterback like Adrian Martinez and guys like J.D. Spielman coming back, Muhammad Berry on the defense, it just has a feel of these guys know what they're doing. They know what to expect. The weight training program is not new anymore. They know the offense. They know the defense. So it's been generally a pretty boring spring, and I think that's how any coach would like to have it. They don't want a lot of drama and hoopla coming out of spring, and I feel like that's how this spring has been for Nebraska, just business as usual. We know what to expect, and let's get out there and get the work done.
When Coach Frost and his assistants have been in front of the media, it sounds like they've been pretty pleased with what they've seen. And it also sounds like the team has been able to improve its consistency level.
Yeah, and I think the defense is the one unit that's made a big jump. Offense has got some questions still on the O-line. You know, Wandale Robinson has not practiced much. Maurice Washington has been out for most of the spring. J.D. Spielman's been arrested. So you take away those key weapons, this offense with just Adrian Martinez is just naturally not going to be as good. But I think the defense has taken a step forward. The addition of Darian Daniels, that is a guy I think when you go to this game on Saturday, most people are going to notice him. He's bigger and stronger looking than all the guys Nebraska has on their defensive line. And he's been a real impact guy this spring on the defensive line there at the nose guard position.
Today we're joined by Sean Callahan, the publisher of HuskerOnline.com, as we preview the Red-White game. Sean, you kind of broke down some of the position groups a little bit. Which position group do you think maybe has improved the most this spring?
Well, yeah, the defensive line is where I'd start. I think that group with DeAndre Thomas now up to 300 pounds, the addition of Darian Daniels, the Davis brothers, Damian Daniels, then the brother of Darian. You got 2 sets of brothers on that defensive line and Ben Stilley. I'm looking for a lot out of that group. On the offensive side of the ball, I don't know if there's one group that I would say is the most improved because there's still a lot of questions with newcomers and guys out right now. But I am intrigued with some of these wide receivers like Andre Hunt, Jerron Woodyard, Mike Williams, if they can kind of take that next step. I know they've had their moments this spring. Tight end is really solid. They have everybody back, and they're all going to be back another year after this year. All the tight ends a year ago were freshmen and sophomores. Now they're sophomores and juniors. So there's a lot to work with at that tight end position. And then you got the quarterbacks. I mean, I think there's just more depth at the quarterback position. You don't have to worry about a guy probably transferring this season. It's not like Jebbia and O'Brien here last spring. You got guys like Noah Vedral and Andrew Bunch, and then I think Luke McCaffrey will surprise a lot of people. His knowledge and his command of the offense, to me, has been one of the more impressive things this spring for Nebraska, especially for a kid that still should be in high school.
Right. Now, Adrian Martinez was so good last year. Where are they looking to him to maybe take the next step to go from good to great as a sophomore?
Well, I think some of the things that jumped out, I know checkdowns. He struggled at times, and I think a lot of young quarterbacks do this, to dump the ball off to your running back in a check down situation. Instead, he would run those a lot of times. I think they want him to improve in the check downs, throwing balls away. I think that got better as the year went on, and just not trying to force things. But, there's a lot there to like. I think you could argue for a freshman, he might have had the best season we've seen for a true freshman at Nebraska. I guess him and Tommy Frazier are really the only quarterbacks that have played significantly as true freshmen when you study a lot. Adrian Martinez and Tommy Armstrong were redshirt freshmen. So it's pretty unique, but for what he did, I think especially with the completion percentage, number 2 all time last year as a true freshman, that should get anyone's attention. He was completing a lot of these key Big Ten games, over 70-75% of his passes. And if you can do that in this system, it's going to be pretty efficient.
Now, the red-white game is always a great atmosphere. The football program usually brings in some recruits, but it sounds like new basketball coach Fred Hoiberg is also going to try to use that to his advantage this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a very busy weekend for basketball, and why not? Nebraska has to fill probably 4 to 5 more scholarships for next season. So whether that's Division I transfers or high school prospects, JUCO prospects, Fred Hoiberg and his guys are going to have a number of guys in, probably 5, 6, 7 different recruits in, and you're going to have a huge advantage to have a sold-out spring game to give these guys at least a taste of what the Nebraska atmosphere is like here, because it's just like that for basketball. We know Nebraska's ranked 11th right now in the country in hoops attendance, so you're going to be able to show these recruits really what a Husker atmosphere is all about.
Should be a lot of fun. As always, we appreciate your time.
Hey, Jason, thanks a lot. Enjoy the game on Saturday.
And that was Sean Callahan, the publisher of HuskerOnline.com. I'm Jason Jorgensen.
Big thanks to both Jason and Sean for our red-white preview. That's the latest today from the sports desk. I'm Chris Cottrell. Ryan back with a look at the community calendar when we come back right after this on KNEB.TV.
Shopping local is great for building our community. TC & More offers the newest trends and latest fashions from jewelry to clothing to purses. Enjoy complimentary coffee as you browse their ever-changing inventory. Perhaps you would like to spruce up your home with some new home decor or flags or willow tree figurines. Remember the large selection of games as well as homemade soaps and lotions for that one-of-a-kind gift. Thank you for thinking of TC & More for those special items. TC & More, 1621 Broadway in beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
What are you waiting for? A 6-year limited powertrain warranty? Savings on performance-matched implements? 0% APR financing for up to 5 years? Head down to your local Kubota dealer before September 30th and take advantage of this incredible offer on the BX Series, America's best-selling subcompact tractor. Kubota, this is what we do.
Come into Sandberg Implement, your local Kubota dealer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
I'm Marcy Meyer, Vice President at Platte Valley Bank with your Mortgage Mythbuster of the Week. Some people think that building a new house is difficult because construction loans are too complicated. The truth is, our lenders will work with you every step of the way to make your construction loan go to work for you. The mortgage lenders at Platte Valley Bank are here to help you find the right programs to fit your needs and your budget. Stop in today, no question is too big or too small.
And finally tonight, Governor Pete Ricketts held a press conference with Nebraska Realtors Association and other groups to speak out against current legislation aimed at imposing new taxes on homes. Currently, the Revenue Committee is considering tax increases on home sales and home repairs. Right now, many services are exempt from state sales tax, including maintenance and repair of residential homes. Ricketts says the measure would wipe out the funds allocated for property tax relief for homeowners.
But what the legislature is talking about is they're actually talking about taking that all away and putting it into more spending, which means you would all lose all your tax relief and it would go into more spending. And that's part of the problem with all these schemes the Revenue Committee is talking about. They're talking about raising taxes on you to try and get tax relief. It doesn't make any sense. You can't raise taxes to lower taxes. And what they're going to do is put it into more spending, which means we will just have more spending, not tax relief.
One of the provisions in the bill would be increasing the cost of documentation stamps and requiring contractor work to be taxed as well. Ricketts says neighboring states don't charge for a doc stamp, making Nebraska far less competitive. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you here next time.